Hey, this is Don McGrath, co-founder of Speakers Pathway Coalition. And I just woke up this morning and I remembered something that happened to me just yesterday that I think is a really cool demonstration or story about the impact that you can have on your life with your speaking. So about, I don't know, it might have been a couple of months ago, I did a talk at a local climbing gym. I climb there. They know me. I've taught classes there before. Obviously, I'm a rock climber, so I'm tied into that community. But they asked me to be part of a speaker series to speak. They asked me to speak about the rock climbing mindset to a group of climbing coaches from across the country that they were hosting. And so obviously I said, yes, I would love to be involved. I would love to do this. So this was a free stage, although technically it wasn't a free stage. It was, they compensated me with a membership to the gym. But I just love to speak, and I love to speak on that topic. I'm an expert in that. So I put together a talk, and I delivered the talk, and the coaches, they really liked it. And during a lot of my talks, I ask people to, when they hear something that is like a wow moment. I call it a ninja moment. When people have these ninja moments, I ask them to kind of reach their hand in the air and say, ninja. Well, there were probably, I think I had 5, and what I do is I coach them and I give them a copy of my book. It might be Vertical Mind. It might be, in this case, it was my last book, my latest book, The Climb, which is a leadership fable about navigating challenging change. So it's a very different book for me, but it's really about leadership and teamwork and forming teams. So I gave that talk, and I gave away all the 5 books. So there were 5 people who had these ninja moments, and the feedback was really great from the talk. But that was a couple months ago. So I'm in the climbing gym yesterday, and I was just getting ready to leave, just getting my stuff. We had completed our climbing and our workout for the day. So kind of getting my stuff together, and this gentleman walks by me, and he stops, and I recognized him, but I didn't know where from. So he stops and he introduces himself, and I said, yeah, I know you. He says, hang on for a second. I got to answer this text, but I've got I want to tell you something. So he takes care of his business, and he turns back to me, and he says, so Don, I just got to tell you that, you gave me that book, and I read it cover to cover in 3 days. He said, I loved it. It was a great book. But what occurred to me, he said, I've got this climbing team, and we've got some new programs going. We got a bunch of new people. We're really establishing some new things, and there's a lot of challenges that are going on. I'm kind of the head person, the lead person, and it made me realize that I was facing a lot of the same challenges as the CEO in the book, The Climb. And what I'm really doing, I'm not running a climbing program. I'm not, I may be doing those things, but my main job is building a team and building teamwork. And so, I was like, wow, that's tremendous input. And I offered him, I said, if you have any specific questions, you know how to get in touch with me. I'd be more than happy to help you. But here's the thing. He said, also, I got to tell you that, because of that talk, in the talk, I talked a lot about visualization. I talked about a study that was done by the Harvard School of Business, where they surveyed graduates about their goal-setting habits, and they found that the 3% of their graduates had specific goals and had written them down, and they had a strategy to carry them out. Well, those 3% were making, on average, 10 times, in terms of earnings, the other 97%. And I also I told a story about how I was in college and how my cross-country team finished 17th in the national championships my junior year. And that on the bus ride home from that, 17th out of 22, so we made it to the national championships, but we didn't do very well. But on the ride home, we decided that the next year, that we couldn't think of a single reason that we couldn't be in the top 5. So finish in the top 5 positions in the national championships the next year in 1985. So we made up these shirts, top 5 in 85. There's a front, that was RIT cross country. Can you believe I still have this shirt? This is like 32 years ago, but I still have the shirt, much to my wife's chagrin. So I showed the shirt and I told the story, and he said, you know what? I'm actually making up shirts with a slogan like that he wants to get imprinted on the subconscious of all the team members. Because I talked, obviously, in Vertical Mind, I talk about the subconscious and affirmations and how to change your scripts. Well, this is one way, right? Repeated exposure to something creates strong neural pathways that make you believe that it's going to happen. In fact, just thinking about things, mental training is about half as effective as physical training when it comes to athletics. So, he adopted something and that was his ninja moment. Because I also suggested, I showed him the t-shirt, and I also suggested, writing down your goal and making it the screensaver on your phone. That way you see it all the time, many, many times a day. We check our phone on average 85 times a day. Believe it or not, 85 times a day. So the screensaver on the phone is very, very powerful. He said he did that. He said he's making the shirts. He said he's taken to heart the lessons from the book, The Climb, and it just gave him a mind shift about what his role really is, and he got clarity on that. So I know, kind of a long story, but here's the thing. And this guy just walked up to me. Okay, I didn't call him. I don't know this guy, right? And so here's the thing, though. In the talk I gave, he ended up taking 3 actions. And he said to me, he said, I had that ninja moment. He said, Don, I don't have very many ninja moments. He said, I just don't have very many ninja moments. So what you delivered to me was so incredibly powerful. And the fact of the matter is, he took action, right? He's doing the shirts. He's recognizing what he needs to do as a leader of the team. And he's now using a technique, using his phone about his own goals. And he said he shared that with his wife, and his wife is doing the same thing. So here's my message. So you can impact and help to change people's lives through your speaking. You got to do it well. If you bore people, they're going to tune out. If you confuse them, they're going to tune out. If you overwhelm them, they're going to tune out. If you don't get to know, like, and trust you, you're not going to be effective. So there are techniques that we teach at Speakers Pathway Coalition, Stage Warrior. We're Stage Warriors. And so we teach those things. And if you do them effectively, that was just one person. That was just one person whose life I've really impacted. Because he's going to take those lessons and he's going to build on them. And he's probably going to share them with other people. So the bloom off of that could be, I could have done that one talk. I could have significantly impacted the lives of maybe 12 people just from him. And then there were others. There's probably 30 coaches that were there in that talk. And now it's a small talk. Think if you're in front of 400 or 500 people and you can effectively deliver that talk that moves people to action. Because listen, as speakers, we're not lecturers. We're not out just teaching. We are not, our job isn't to just tell our story. Our job just isn't to make people laugh. It's not just to entertain people. Yes, we can do that as part of our talk, but our job is to move people to action. We want to move people to action. I don't hardly know a speaker who doesn't have as the main reason that they wrote their book, that they speak, that they do whatever programs they do, whatever they do, that they do it to change people's lives, to solve problems for people. That's why we're at this gig, right? I mean, we hope to be able to put food on our table and have a business out of it, but the real driving force, why we've chosen to do this, has nothing to do with that we want to make a lot of money. It has to do with that we want to make a big imprint on the world. We want to be like King Kong's foot, not some little bird foot imprint on the world. That's why we do this. So our job is to move people to action. And if you want to move people to action, you need to learn the skills. You need to learn how to structure your talk. You need to learn how to deliver the message so that the audience is listening to you, getting what you say, engaged, motivated to take action, know exactly what actions they need to take, and they actually carry it out. And how cool is it when someone does it? And how even cooler when they come up to you unsolicited somewhere and say, wow, you made a difference in my life. Is that what you want to do? Whose life do you want to change? How do you want to change it? What problem do you solve for people? I urge you to think about that. So if you want to get really, really clear on who you help, what your powerful message is, which is the first step. I've met a lot of speakers who, yeah, you know, I want to speak, I got a great story. But that's not enough. It's not enough to have a great story. It's not. You have to go beyond just having a great story. You need to go beyond that. You need to figure out who you help. And then you have to deliver a message that moves them to action, has them take an action in their life to change. So you need how to do that. You need how to structure your talk. You need how to structure a short talk and a long talk. You never know what you're gonna get opportunities for. You need to be able to deliver that message in a way that's ultra effective. And Jim Brand and I, the co-founder of Speakers Pathway, just the other day recorded, I think it was around 10 videos where we taught 29 or 30, we lost track, 29 or 30 pro speaking techniques that help you deliver that message, to help your audience be receptive and actually internalize and stay engaged with you so you can be effective in delivering your message. So if you want to learn those, if you want to learn how to be effective in delivering your message, if you want to have somebody come up to you like that and say, oh my goodness, in that talk you gave me, which by the way was less than an hour, that I took action in my life. And as a result of it, I can't thank you enough. So if you want to have that kind of lasting impression, you know, I would encourage you to get some training. Most of us don't have inherently the wherewithal, the skills, the talent, and you know, we don't have that. So get some training. And there are places you can get some training, but our passion at Speakers Pathway Coalition is to not just give you a dose of training, but it's to give you the training and be there to help you develop that knowledge and skills and get to practice and get coaching and then learn how to monetize your message, how to market your message, how to win those stages, how to get on those stages, whether they be free stages or paid stages, how to create your product so you can bring your help to people to a bigger audience, bigger level. So if you want to do that, you know, all you need to do is register. All you need to do is register for Speakers Pathway, become a member. It's extremely reasonable. You know, a lot of the speaker training can cost thousands of dollars. Jim and I were just joking that we think that the training that we put together on pro speaking techniques, that some people would charge over $20,000 for it. We're not kidding. I mean, we're not exaggerating. It really is very expensive. And so for like such a low cost, you can get this training, you can work with us, you can become part of our community and help to change the world. So you can go to speakerspathway.com/promo, PROMO. You can sign up, become a member, or you know what, if you're not quite ready for that and you want more information, you know what, reach out to me. Call me on my personal cell phone. I'd be happy to talk to you to figure out how to get your message. How many people offer their personal cell phone, right, and offer to talk to you to try to see if they can be of service? I'm going to give you my personal cell phone. Get your pad and paper out. 970-443-4307. 970-443-4307. My personal cell phone. Ask me your questions about Speakers Pathway. We'd love to have you as a part of our membership. All right. Well, this is Don McGrath. I just had that story, had that thing occur to me yesterday, and I just wanted to share it. I thought it was a powerful demonstration how you can change the lives of people and there's people out there who desperately need the knowledge, the wisdom, the advice, the guidance that you have. All right. Get out there, change some lives. This is Don. Peace out.